What's up guys, and welcome to the Scarge channel. Today we're going to talk about the exercise you can be doing today to build a huge base for a huge vertical jump. Let's get it started. But before we get into that, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 500 subs, which means we're almost at 1,000 subs, which means your boy can get monetized. Let's go. The first exercise, as you can see here, is the back squat. Now, this is going to help your vertical jump base for many reasons. I'd say it's really good for the intermediate to beginner, and the advanced guys are mostly going to use this as maintenance strength. So once you get to a certain level of strength, it's more about how fast you can move your body rather than how much weight you can move. But you know, we want to get to 500 on the squat, so I will sacrifice a little bit of vertical jump for that. But anyways, the key to the back squat is to keep the rep range from anywhere from 1 to 5 and move the weight as fast as possible. So the thing is, you want, if you've watched any weightlifting, then you see that their 20 kg warm-up lifts look the same as their 250 kg back squats, you know, when they're fully warmed up. And then you see them do the power cleans and you're like, okay, well, it does translate to explosive power, because when they're squatting at such a fast speed that the power clean, which is a really fast movement, is going to transfer. And the same goes for the vertical jump. When you're moving the weight as fast as possible, and when you're jumping, you're trying to move as fast as possible, so you're going to get higher in the air. Next up, we're moving on to the rear foot elevated split squat. Now this exercise is really good for a ton of reasons. First of all, it's going to work on your stability a ton. In a later clip, I almost fall over basically trying to balance with the weight, which obviously is not safe, but I have all my, safety things set up, but I almost fall. But it's good for your stability if you get set up right. I think it was the shoes that was messing me up. But also, it's going to burn your hamstrings and gluteus maximus like no other, guys. I did volume on this for the first time in a long time, and I am so sore today, it's not even funny. And then the variations you can do, which are really good, that are really going to transfer to the vertical jump, is if you put bands on the ground and then you put them around the barbell to make it harder when you're accelerating up. That's really going to transfer. And then if you see the pad on the ground, if you put that a little bit higher and you do a partial range of motion split squat, is also going to help transfer more to the jump than this is. But this is like a beginning, for beginners to build a little bit of hypertrophy. And if you're going fast enough with this, with a heavy enough amount of weight, you're actually putting more force in the ground than with a regular back squat and with jumping. So it's like the ultimate jump training exercise. I'd honestly recommend this exercise to be put in your daily workout routine. Not daily, but try weekly or whatever. I think you should do it every leg day. Okay, next up we have the pin squats. This can be replaced with box squats, but I'd put pin squats, you should do them before you get into box squats, especially as an intermediate to beginner, because the box squats are going to tax your joints a lot more than this, because you can go a ton heavier, basically like double heavier than this. But this exercise is really good, just like the box squat, because it takes away the stretch shortening cycle of the muscle. So when you're down at the bottom of the squat, you're not flexed at all. I mean, your back is probably braced a little bit, but your legs aren't flexed. And then all of a sudden you pop up, and what the pop up does is it helps you in the future to contract your muscles faster than you were. So that's really going to help when you're jumping, because when you approach the rim on an approach jump, you're not flexed like all the way there. When you're running to the rim, you're not flexed at all. You're pretty loose like everywhere. And then right when you jump, you turn on the muscles, and that's the same thing with the pin squat. Now, to make that more effective, you could set up the pins higher, because that would translate more, because you could use more weight. But overall, it's a really great exercise. Next up, we have the power clean. I do have some mixed feelings for this exercise, as I think you could get basically the same benefits from other exercises. with, less time to learn the form. As you can tell, I haven't learned the form yet, and I've been power cleaning for a while now, so that's kind of sad. But if you have ideal form, you can get the most out of this exercise, which is why I included it. And with this exercise, what I'm comparing it to is the trap bar, if you just jumped with the trap bar. But the thing with that is you'd work your quads more than with this. You're working a lot of your glutes, hips, and hamstrings way more so than the trap bar, which is why I like this exercise so much. If I had the right form, then it would actually be doing a lot more for me, but I still enjoy doing it just to see kind of how much weight I can do on it. But this exercise is really good because you're moving the bar as fast as possible, and anytime you're moving the bar as fast as possible, it's going to help translate to jumping, well, leg workouts obviously. The good thing about this exercise also is it's going to help you get your hips through, and when you're jumping you're kind of doing a partial hip thrust, and this is going to help with that, especially when you're getting into heavier weights and you're forced to hit the bar off your thigh and put your hips forward, all that good stuff. So next we're moving on to RDLs. I put these because these are great to build some hypertrophy in your legs, and when you're a beginner or an intermediate, skinny, just started out, you're going to want to do these so your muscles can produce more force. And the next day, if you haven't done these, your glutes and your hamstrings are going to be fried, guys. So they're a really good exercise. And then last up, I did Nordics. Honestly, if you go low enough on these, your quads are going to be sore the next day too. So I really like this exercise to build muscle and not only protect the knee, so you can squat freely, you can do your split squats freely, you can jump freely, all that, so you stay healthy. The thing is with this one, you don't want to super push it past the point of it where it hurts, because then you'll wake up the next day and your knees will be slightly achy. But overall, it's a really good exercise. Okay guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you next time. Peace.